All right, brother. I know this video has been a long time coming, but this is the website. So on your browser, down here at the bottom on mine, it could be at the top on yours. All browsers are a little bit different, but you will see a little bar here that has an address in it. TruePeopleSearch.com in this case. You will just find that address bar on your browser. You'll click on it, and then your keyboard will come up on your screen, and you'll type in TruePeopleSearch.com. It'll bring you to this page. When you're on this page, you will just go ahead at the top here. You can see enter name, phone address, and a little magnifying glass. Click on the bar. It'll bring it up like this, and you will just go to address right there, and you'll type in 1201 West. We can just do W Pleasure, and look, it already brings it up. 1201 West Pleasure Avenue, Searcy, Arkansas. Click on it just like that, and then hit the little magnifying glass. Alright, it will bring up the property here, or the property information. A lot of this is not needed, but if we do end up getting the deal, some information here you might want to have is bedrooms, bathroom, year built, and the APN number, the lot, square feet. I mean, that's pretty much it for here is all you need to know. Alright, now if you look here, the first one here, Pauline Sublet, these two are the same. This was just an additional profile for the same person, but it shows right here that she was deceased in 2014. Floyd Sublet, also same, deceased in 99. So they probably owned the property at one time, but they're no longer living. Now you look here and you find a Mark Sublet. Now Mark Sublet is 51. He lives in Ward. And if you scroll down, shows his current address in Ward, but that's not what we're interested in. We're interested in this phone number section. These are the phone numbers that you're going to write down. Write down every one of them, and at the top of them say write down Mark Sublet. Okay, then you're just gonna call every single one of these numbers. Hey, I'm looking for Mark, yada yada yada. Ask about the property, see if they're willing to sell it. If you don't get any answer, you can try to reach out via email address. Here is some email addresses he may or may not have had in the past. Alright, next thing is right down here, you've got a possible relatives area here. If you can't get a response from the phone numbers or from the emails, you can move to trying to get a hold of some of his potential relatives and see if you can get any more information about the house, who currently owns it. Say, you just say, hey, Alyssa, hey, I was actually trying to get a hold of Mark Sublet, but I don't have any good contact information for him right now. I wanted to see if he still owned the property over there on West Pleasure Avenue. Do you have any way you might be able to help me get in touch with him, or do you know if he still owns that house? Simple as that, right? And then you can go through each one of these potential relatives that does not say deceased, or age 99. That might not be good either. And see if you can actually find out who the owner is that way. Now, if they say, oh, Mark never owned that, he just rented there, say, oh, okay, well, I'd still like to get a hold of him because I'd like to see if he knows who if he remembers who the landlord was, right? And so then maybe you can get a hold of him that way. Then you can figure out who the landlord was. And then you can just come in here and just right up there in that top bar, type in the landlord's name. And then just like with right here, it shows Mark's current address. Boom. Shows Mark's current address. Just make sure that landlord, because most of the landlords around here are going to be local. Some of them might, live out of state and just have property here, but most of them's going to be local. So, just make sure that whatever name you're typing in does live remotely close. Little Rock would be acceptable because some people in Little Rock may own property in Searcy, but probably they're going to live around Ward, or they're going to live around Searcy, or, somewhere within a 20, 30 mile radius, probably. But that's how you use the site. That's how you do the thing. One last notable mention is the way you get to the family down here. Alright, so possible relatives, you can see each one of their name is highlighted blue and underlined. So if you wanted to click on Alyssa here, and if you have an ad like this, you see at the top there's a little button that says close. You just close the ad, right? So you scroll down, and you just tap their name, and it brings you into the same kind of page, has the same kind of information. Alright, I hope this helps, man.